I can't tell you.
He's a tech-savvy guy, gonna show you the way. You better load your bags, cause crypto's here to stay. Listen up, gonna teach you about this and that. But he's just a goofy guy in a straw hat. So join in and have a laugh. It's gonna be a good time, that's a fact. Information and crypto parodies. Sit back and enjoy the show. You just never know which way you'll go. So get ready for Digitspin crypto.
Hey, you're watching Digitspin Crypto on an exciting night. I'm assuming that we're live and that we're doing good. We can probably bring it up and check it out. Now, I'm just a goofy guy in a straw hat. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't pretend that I am. And we'll have a good day. Gonna have a good time. Pizza, not French fry. Hey guys, so everybody can hear me okay and see me okay? So, I'm glad you guys made it. Welcome, Duncan. I see Phoenix is out there. It's kind of an impromptu evening for tonight. Just wanted to get on for just a few minutes and talk to you about Bitcoin, maybe some Electroneum. If you have any Ethereum Classic questions, I can answer those too, or anything else that's on your mind. Now, I also want to get back in touch with Varus, Michael Tatangi. So I'm going to see if I can reach out to him. They've been doing a lot of good things over at Varus. So we're going to see what we can do there. Get that the current information live on it. So Bitcoin reached 10,000. Holy smokes. That's a big leap from a $4,000 dip. Talk about buying the dip, huh? Holy smokes. You know, even I had money put to the side. It was like $4,000, $4,500. It was like $4,500. Like, that's a really good price. I should probably get some. And you know, I decided not to. Jeez. I decided not to. I wanted to make sure I had enough reserves in place to make sure my business was not going to have any issues. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, this may last for a little while, but yeah, Bitcoin always does it to you, right? Bitcoin always gets you in the shorts when you're not paying attention, or you think it's gonna be a problem. It rises. It's amazing how reversible, how flexible it is, how resilient cryptocurrency can be. It's truly amazing. Let's take a look over here. We'll move this over to the right a little bit. Maybe move me a little bit over this way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's see if I can bring up my trading view chart. Holy smokes. Look at that. Look at that excitement. Holy smokes. So yeah, it was what, down at 80, even just yesterday, the 3 days ago, was at 8,600. And we broke 10,000 just 2 hours ago. Did get rejected. You can see up here, we did get rejected after we hit that $10,000 mark. Well, we hit 10,010, somewhere around there. I see some wicks that went as high as 10,005, 10,040, 10,042, somewhere in there area. Jeez. So, you think it's gonna continue? I'm not so sure. Actually, I do expect this to hold for the next few days. Till probably, what was it, Monday? I think it's Monday. We're gonna see 4 more days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it should be sometime Monday for the halving. I have a feeling, and then I think it's gonna be a dump right after that. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a retracement. And then I'm gonna probably take a look and see what kind of reserves I can have to snag some. I just can't get myself to buy such a ramp. You see such a ramp, but you know, just like it did here, you got that ramp and you get a little bit of retracement, and then the price just kept soaring, but it did come back down and retraced back down here. So I'm gonna hold and wait for this to retrace a little bit before I plunk down my money. The one thing that I've learned is you know, you'll get a run and everything, but it always retraces. There's always a drop. There's always a little dip that you can kind of snag that extra few $100. So I'm definitely gonna wait just a little bit. No, I don't want that. I'm gonna wait just a little bit to try to maximize the value that I can get. But this is pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. We're up above all of the ribbon, and you know, we're gonna have to see. But there's gonna be people that are definitely gonna want to cash out, and you know, you do see usually that it will retrace right after the halving. I think the first halving it retraced as much as 50%. Is that going to happen again? Unlikely. But there will be a retracement. Not 50%, but there'll be a retracement. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get back to the $7,000 range. Everybody wants to sell the news with the new people getting in or whoever's getting in, and it'll retrace down. That's where I'll probably scoop up the goodies. Let's take a look at Electroneum, and then I'm going to get to the chat. You guys have questions, start putting them out there on the chat, and then we'll start going through those, and we'll start talking about all the good stuff, and I'll answer as many questions as you guys can pose for me. Out there. Let's take a look. Let's move this over here. We do a little housekeeping here. Wow, we got 20 people online. That's great. Good deal. So let's go up here. Let's try ETN. And oh, we gotta go BTC ETN. If I'm not mistaken. Why am I having a difficult time? Alright, ETN BTC. There it is. Alright. And we want to pull up KuCoin, since that's where all the volume is. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Ah! Alright. So, let's move this to the daily, so we can get a better feel of what's happening. Now, of course, Electroneum was in a slide for the longest time. As you can take a look here, you know, we right after somewhere in March of 2019, the price slid just like every other coin, and it just basically kept finding its way down and down and down. It got down to a point of significant loss here. Let's see, point. If I'm not mistaken, we were like a 0.29. Excuse me, 29 satoshis. Not anything really impressive by any stretch of the imagination, because we all know the value of the project is worth far more than that. But it was just a selling pressure. So lately, that's been a reversal. And you'll notice that we go through these periods of some decent pumps, and then there's a cool off period. All right, so if you take a look, we had an amazing candle with a pull up and a cool off period that retraced. From there, we had another massive pump. It was about $1 million worth. Electroneum was purchased between this point, from this bottom point all the way up to here. I did a quick analysis, and then that allowed to cool off. And I'm starting to see now, again, another positioning, pumping positioning. As we're talking, it's actually increasing right now. So this is a good thing, and it's my belief, my firm belief, that we will break this this high, and we'll see a greater high throughout the rest of this month. I think we're going to start to continue to see a nice, over here is like a 3-day process, and we had 5 days to cool off, and we had a 1-day process, and 4 days to cool off. So I think this is the kind of the arrangement that we're going to see. I think going forward, I think that there's going to be more and more people getting in as they start to see the price of Electroneum also going up. People are going to want to get in on the bandwagon, try to capture it while it's still extremely cheap, because we all know Electroneum, should easily be in that 4 or 5 cent range to correlate, to be commensurate with what Electroneum provides at a minimum. And I'm hoping that this next year and a half worth of bull run will help us bring us closer to those numbers, which will be pretty exciting. I hope you guys are thinking the same thing, because it's definitely where I think we need to be, and it would be exciting to see that happen. All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to move this over to this side. Now, regarding Bitcoin, again, I think we're going to see, I think we're going to continue to see a lot of, I think we're going to see a continued push. I think we're going to see a continued push all the way up until Monday. I think starting Monday, Tuesday, we're going to start to possibly start seeing retracement. Sometime throughout the rest of that week, we're going to start to see it retrace. And that's exactly where I'm going to be looking to catch up and to see where I can get in. I'm curious where you guys are getting at. What price level are you guys going to be purchasing? Let's see if I can bring up USD. It's BitBay, Coinbase. Let's go back to Coinbase. So we're going to keep this on in the background at Bitcoin so we can see price action as it happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see some excitement while we're talking. Let's take a look at the chat, see what you guys have to say about Bitcoin, any of the altcoins, and we'll go from there. So I see Duncan is out there. I hope you're well. Yeah, Duncan, I'm doing good. And it's been hectic as all can be for me. Unfortunately, I have not been able to bring back all of my associates for my company. I'm running at maybe a third of the staff right now. That means I got to pick up the balance of the work. And as you can tell, I'm exhausted. I didn't even have time to shave lately. I feel like going to sleep sometimes. It's crazy. Phoenix Rice and say, "Yo, Dino, great day for crypto. I've been trading all day." Well, I'm not sure how you're trading this. All you can do is basically purchase. I guess yeah. Let's bring this in. Is there some peaks and valleys there for you to actually be able to buy and sell? I don't know. There's not much you can. All you can do is buy. I'm not sure you can do much trading. at the moment. If we go to the all right, if we go into the 15-minute, there's some volatility. You know, you could get lucky up at the 91 and, you know, buy back. What is that? 90. Yeah, all right. So 9,900. Sell off and buy back at the 97. So you can make a couple $100 here and there. I wish I had the time to do stuff like that. I figured I'd lose money if I tried to trade. Yeah. And then all of the paperwork you got to do, tax time. You know, I just look for these little dips. All right, I'm gonna buy some here. I'm gonna buy some here too, and I look at it more that way, because God bless you. You're a bigger man than me. I wish I had time for that. Let's see. Phoenix Rising says, I got a sell order in for a fourth of a penny, and he bought it. Wow, you bought it 0.27 of a penny. That's really good. So he's got just over $250,000 of the ETN. So if you think ETN will hit 004 tonight, it's possible. You never know. I've been seeing, you know, usually there's a few days of pump and then some retracement. I think maybe by the end of the month you'll definitely see that. You might be able to cash out and capture that 60%. Can't be 60% in a month. Let's see here. Phoenix Rising says, have you heard anything new about the Electroneum ledger launch? And no further updates. I know that it was submitted into Ledger, so it can be peer reviewed and approved, so that it can be added to the Ledger Live system. And it usually takes about 3 or 4 months under normal circumstances, and of course we're not in normal circumstances. We're nowhere near it at the moment. So you know, geez, I don't even know when that would happen. You have to assume that Ledger's taking it on the chin also, just like everybody else, and that they're going to be running behind. And I'm using logic dictates that that's going to be the answer. But I'll put in a question into Electroneum headquarters or to one of the devs. Hey, there we go. See, we're getting a drop. Couldn't break it. Hit the 10 grand and got pushed right back down. Everybody started selling. There we go, Bitcoin. There it goes. There's the drop. Just can't. It's gonna probably go right back down to that 97 mark, 98, 97 mark. But I'll put in I'll put that question in. Maybe I can get that over to Andre or Chris Harrison, since they're pretty close to that issue, and we can find out. But I basically, I'm sure they're just gonna tell me, you know, I haven't heard anything back, Dino. No. Let's see, Duncan's saying the cup and handles are forming on the 1 month and 3 month chart for Electroneum, if I'm not wrong. Oh, sorry, I changed that. I'm gonna keep the Bitcoin chart up at the moment. I didn't catch that, but if we go back to the Electroneum chart, I'll double check that for you. But yeah, no, you have to be, if you're holding Electroneum or you bought, that's the only saving grace, is that, you know, Electroneum was all-time low, so, you know, everybody, so anything, it going up, you know, 100% in the last last 2 weeks or whatever, almost 100%. You know, everybody's got to be happy. Whether you purchased or you're holding, you're getting some of your money back, and if you bought, you're doubly happy. Hey, Michael, it's good to see you out there. Mr. M. Kid, how you doing? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, here he goes. Phoenix saying, "Hey, my ETN order just sold at 0.004." You're getting me all. Let's bring up CoinMarketCap. This one I have to bring down the bring down my Bitcoin charts. I like keeping my Bitcoin chart up there. All right, 12% today, and I'm 5%. See, you know, nothing's better than being up in the USD and up in the BTC. That's a real gain. And you know, we've been hitting this mark. We've been doing that for a few weeks, so that's pretty exciting for the Electroneum coin. Absolutely. If you're holding it, you've definitely got to be happy. To see growth in both areas, that's pretty super. Let's take a look here. Let's look at the 7-day just for grins and giggles. So yeah, we got to pump it. It definitely hit the 04. Yeah, you're right. So you know, if you picked it off, you know, at 27 sats or what have you, or you know, a third of a penny. You know, that's pretty sweet. 25%. So you can't go wrong with that. You drop 1,000 in there, you made $250 in a couple of days. Quick sell. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't selling my Electroneum yet. I ain't selling it yet. I think there's gonna be some more. It's my personal opinion. There's some more room for growth now. Can't guarantee you that, and don't hold me on that. But I'm holding it. I'm gonna wait. I like seeing the volume. So when we start getting this volume, Electroneum can't help but going up as soon as volume starts to pick up a bit. Let's see what. Yeah, we're back up to what, 366,000. Wow, it's like an angel for this coin, I tell you, to start seeing volume like that. And that's the good thing about Electroneum. As soon as it gets some realistic or reasonable volume, price goes up, and that's nothing. You start seeing 1 million or 2 million people. Once everybody starts catching on what's going on with this, and there's some gains, you're gonna have more and more people jumping in to try to capture stuff like that, putting some value into Electroneum, because they're gonna want it. Because this line's gonna keep riding. In my personal opinion, I think we're starting to see some. I think we're starting to break into that. People are starting to realize what Electroneum is about and how undervalued it is. How it's basically free. I mean, you can get tons of it for $100. So it's a right now, it's, you know, it's a good price, and that's the reason why they were buying it. That's my personal opinion. I think that's why we're starting to see some of this, and everybody's been pent up, just waiting for some growth. So everybody starts jumping back in. Folks that jumped out, so it's all good stuff. So yeah, I kind of see the cup here. Hopefully we'll get a little handle going on. Let's see if I can do the 1-day chart here. So, but yeah, like I said, you get a nice climb, a cool off period, a nice climb, cool off period. I think we're going to see a nice climb. I think this climb will probably take us to at least where we were before, which is obviously that 40 mark. Let's see, did we hit that? Yeah, we just hit that 40 mark. So it would be nice to see that. I'd like that see it up here somewhere. That would put us at 42, 40, 44. That would be nice before we get a cool off period. If we can keep garnering higher high. Alright, let's see what we happen. My broadcast system took a nosedive. So I'm gonna see if we can check to see if we're back online. And I'm assuming there we are. There we are. Okay, so we're back online. And I don't know what happened. My whole broadcast system just reset. I'm being hacked! Yeah, it reset and swapped screens. It did all sorts of stuff. Like it just reloaded itself. Craziness. Let's check to see if my mic's good. Alright, yeah, my mic's good, everything. I just want to make sure we're back on my life. Crazy stuff happens. What do I know? Sunspots. I guess it could have been worse. It could have evicted me altogether. So, alright, so let's take a look back at Bitcoin. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we're back down to the 9,900. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Rob Pastori's going, hey, Dino, you need a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger and a milkshake. You know, you make me laugh because I was just in the refrigerator at the shop here because I'm still at work at the broadcast studio. And I was like, oh yeah, I bought a fresh package of chopped meat. I gotta make a hamburger as soon as I'm done broadcasting. So yes, I am gonna make a cheeseburger. I got a brioche bun sitting there waiting. I got a double thick slice of cheese, American, some ground beef, some good. I got some coarse sea salt, obviously some garlic pepper, and that's gonna get whipped up into a nice sandwich as soon as I'm done with this broadcast. The milkshake, I'm just SOL. Hey, Art 2000's out there. Good to see you. Timo's out there. He says, greetings from Toronto. Good to see you, Timo. Timo says, I'm always glad and always enjoy your shows. Makes me smile. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad somebody enjoys them. Sometimes I wonder. But there's always some good folks out there that always come in and connect to the show. I'm glad you guys enjoy watching the show and having some fun with me. You guys are my buddies. Hanging out. So that's always good. Let's see. ETN hit 103 in the chart. Is it really? Let's see. Rank 103. Yeah, you son of a gun. Boy, we have 104. We're back down to 104 there, Charlie. It was only 103 for a second. Couldn't hold its breath. That little dip right there did us. A little dip right there did us in. It couldn't hold it. It couldn't hold its water. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right. Oh, so Phoenix Rising says, can you explain the cup and handle? So yeah. What a cup and handle is, it's a pattern. So a lot of technical analysis guys use all sorts of stuff to kind of figure out what's going on and where they think it is. You know, some use some general metrics, and you'll see the guys drawing lines, finding the low points and putting their line across the bottom. Let's see if I can change my paintbrush so you guys can see.
Let's see if we can do
line width, line. Let's just try line width. Let's make it super dark here, and we'll make it like a bright red. So they'll put a line across, so they can chart. Now I could have swore I made it bright red. Stick with me, computer. All right, and then they can get kind of a flow of where they think, where they can create pennants and all that other stuff. Certain types of pennants, if it's flat on top and it's pendanting up, it's bearish. If it's opposite, it's bullish, and they get that feel. So your question is what's the cup and handle? Let's see, is there like a regular draw? I don't use this that often. I don't do any of this stuff. Let's try, it's array, vertical line, horizontal line. I just want to draw. They don't have a draw. Son of a gun. Alright, so I guess I'll have to do it. I'm obviously not a trader. So, let's see if we can get this to draw here. Alright, what I'm going to do is just do a trend line. So a cup and handle is, you'll see the price, it'll swing up. Now it's doing the thing on the screen. You'll see it swing up. The price will then come down into a little pocket, and it will come across to create a handle of a cup, and then you'll see the price swoop, and it'll come down in a larger handle, which is the cup part. Okay, there's some really rough here. So this is called a cup and handle. Sometimes the handle's on the other side, sometimes it's before it, sometimes it's after it. But this is usually followed. It's usually considered a bullish trend, because then it's usually followed with a continued upward movement. So these are patterns. The guys who do TA, they look for these types of patterns, and historically, or it usually happens where it'll do that thing. The odds are using historics. So that's kind of where that's been at. So that's what a cup and handle is. Alright. Chris Truman says, "Hey Dino, does the inside info you know from your visit to the ETN office give you high confidence in the future of ETN?" Good question. I've always had a high confidence in ETN. It's never actually gone away. Now, having said that, I've always believed in what Electroneum's trying to do. Could they have done better in certain things? Absolutely. Have they fumbled the ball sometimes? Absolutely. Have they created some pretty amazing infrastructure around the Electroneum project and coin? Absolutely. And so, when I take a look at other coins, and I see, it makes me frustrated as all hell. And I see coins that don't even have a public blockchain yet, selling for more than Electroneum. How's that possible? Who's buying this shit? Excuse me. Who's buying this crap? This poop? Who's buying the poop? And I look at what Electroneum's accomplished. Yeah, they got more to do. They got a lot of exciting stuff that is coming along. They're working on. They're aggressive. They've got a real office. They got multiple floors of the building, and the people were packed in there, all working on their assignments and their jobs, and you know, it gave you a good feeling that these guys are for real. Gave you a good feeling that they are working hard and attempting to do the very best that they can. Now, what they've produced so far to date, I think, is phenomenal. See, not everybody can appreciate Electroneum because it goes against what crypto really started off. You know, a decentralized, immutable blockchain, and that's community driven, such as Bitcoin, you know, theoretically Ethereum, definitely Ethereum Classic, which is one of the things I'm going to be talking about going forward. I'm going to be keeping some of my Ethereum Classic. And there's tons of other projects out there that are truly community driven and decentralized. Electroneum has gone a different path. And the reason why they've gone a different path is that they believe that will bring them to success. They've created an amazing ecosystem around the product. And of course, they started off with the Monero code base, which was obviously fully decentralized and was a community project. Now, as they went along, all of the secret sauce and all of the really cool things that Electroneum does is behind the curtain. And that part of it is centralized. So Electroneum is in a weird state that it has a fully immutable, decentralized environment that you can work, and you can buy your coins from an exchange. You can then set up your GUI wallet on your spare laptop and send those coins there, and you can keep them, out of any of the centralized environment and away from KYC, away from all that other stuff. But to be able, and the problem lies, and this is where all of the project coins run into problems, is how do we get banks to even talk to us directly? And I'm not talking about using a third party and they sell the coins and get it on a website so you can buy. I'm talking direct communications with governments, banks, and infrastructures. And the only way they're going to do that is if they're not going to run afoul of the KYC and AML laws. And this is the reason why a lot of pressure is being placed on these other coins. And some are just going to refuse to do it. And only those that have enough gravitas and stature are going to be able to pull that off, to be able to muscle their way in. And that's going to be Bitcoin, that's going to be Ethereum, some of these larger successful projects, things maybe in the top 10, top 20 maximum. They're the only ones that will have enough muscle to make it work no matter what, whether the bank doesn't like us or not. Like Bitcoin itself, it's just not going to go away, and people are going to find a way to interact with it. Everybody else is going to get dusted away. So where Electroneum came in is they decided, hey, let's make the system our friend so that we can interact with it. Being the first ones to do that, they've had success. Richard has said they've interacted with governments about the coin. They have a better chance of interacting with banks and business. Now, a lot of them they know of cryptocurrency, what everybody else is doing. So as soon as you say cryptocurrency, they're, oh, wait, we don't want to touch that. And so Electroneum has to then explain, yes, but we're different because we've gone the route of communicating and interacting and being compliant with all the regulations. So we're we're a different type of product, a different type of project. So if you stay in the decentralized part of Electroneum, you can buy, sell, move the coins around, make your profit, do what you want. If you jump over the fence and you work with the app and you do your KYC compliance, you now have a world of instant payment. So as Electroneum starts to release things like the ETN Anywhere program, where they're going to start to bring in vendors and appeal to those types of folks to accept Electroneum, you'll have places where you can instantly pay for items with Electroneum, and the vendors don't have to wait for any type of transaction. It literally happens in a second. You get a confirmation that they're going to get paid. There's just even what they decided to do is they knew that the banks would push back. Well, if you're a proof of work environment, you could get attacked, you can get hacked, you can have a 51% attack. We can't put our money, our funds, into a blockchain that could possibly be overwritten, hijacked, finagled by some third party. How is that safe for us? So Electroneum fixed that. And they went out and they redesigned the proof of work environment. And they set it up so that it's still a decentralized environment, but it is permissioned. So it's technically decentralized, but in all, the truth of the matter is, as from a layperson's point of view, it's centralized because the Electroneum has to approve you to be a validating node. And if Electroneum doesn't approve you, you ain't getting it. So they get the final say. And who they're giving it to? NGOs. How can you beat that? Non-government organizations. Governmental organizations. So that they can do some good. Get the people that could use the mining rewards so that they can share it with less fortunate folks while they're maintaining the blockchain. And this proof of responsibility environment lets that happen. So the whole blockchain, unlike Bitcoin that's sucking up 21 gigawatts sucking up all this electricity, you literally can run the whole blockchain, the whole environment that runs Electroneum's blockchain can run off the electricity of one house, and is definitely using far less than one house of electricity. And at the same time now, by adding that proof of responsibility layer on it, it's monitoring, Electroneum's monitoring the environment. If it sees an unpermissioned node, it shuts it down. If somebody copies, let's say an NGO goes, oh, we'll make 2 machines and we'll duplicate it and put it over here. It looks, you can't hit the block, 2 blocks in a row. If you start hitting 2 blocks in a row, you get reversed. If you start picking up, let's say there's 25 nodes, validating nodes running. Well, you should get it approximately, on average, 1 every 25, right? 1 out of every 25 should be yours, on average. If you start to see a key, a permission node that has a, because there's a key, all of a sudden starting to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 out of 25, there's a problem, and it shuts down that key. It locks the key out. Something's wrong. There's no way mathematically that you should be getting 10 out of 25 of the solved blocks. So they've stopped 51% attack. Now they can go back to the banks and to the governments and say, we've secured our environment. And now it's immutable and safe. The blockchain, the records, the accounting is now safe. So these are the types of things that Electroneum has done, and at the same time benefiting people that could use the benefit, and maybe say, hey, yeah, we accept Electroneum, we work with Electroneum. How That's not a bad thing to have happen. Have a couple of big NGOs or small NGOs say, yeah, we work with Electroneum. You should too. It's all good stuff. There's still a ton more stuff that Electroneum's working on. If you take a look at the Electroneum website, you know, they're pursuing things like trying to get onto Binance. They're pursuing to get a U.S. exchange. They're working that. There's those are things I can talk about because they've been announced. You know, it's written on the Electroneum website. If you dig around, you can find it. That those types of things are happening. And there's still a lot of stuff that you guys don't know about that is still being worked on, and will bring value to everybody. I was really happy to see Richard come across and want to court the 1%, the crypto community again, because that's important. Those are the people that can make or break a coin. But what I'm telling you here is that to see these types of gains with Electroneum, you know, over a period of a month, to see these types of gains going from, you know, 0.27 up to 0.04, you know, 0.027 to 0.04 in a couple of weeks, with an ongoing trend line upwards, something has changed. And what I can say is the trend is your friend. Isn't that the line that everybody says? The trend is your friend until it isn't, right? So I'm going to stick with the trend for now. That's how I see it. So I hope I answered your question. Yes, I like the Electroneum project, as you guys know. I think it's way undervalued. I think that there's a huge amount of benefit that could be realized in the years ahead. And so that's how I feel about it. Okay, let's go back here. Yes, I have high confidence in the future of Electroneum. Not only in them coming up with new, creative, and exciting ways to do business, but also that the value of the product, the Electroneum coin, will be realized at some point. It'll be realized at some point. Okay. Let's see. Dino, how do you feel about Litecoin? I hold quite a bit of it. Why does Litecoin now require more transactions? Is the Litecoin project healthy? I have never been a big... you're asking the wrong guy, because I've never been an excited guy about Litecoin. And the reason is that there are not... It's a very small development crew. You know, you look at Ethereum Classic, there's over 5 different organizations that are building for Ethereum Classic. They keep it up to date with Ethereum. As a fact, Ethereum Classic is going to be releasing the Phoenix upgrade in June, giving it Constantinople equivalents to Ethereum. They're trying to make sure that it interacts well with it. And there's a lot of really cool things that the community developers want to do. The only problem with community coins, Electroneum can make these things happen. It seems like it's slow motion. They're like, oh, we haven't heard anything in a month. What's going on? You know, and bang, 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 they come out with stuff. And in the grand scheme of things, they do a lot. They work on a lot of stuff. And if you really want to be watching paint dry, oh, baby, it's okay. If you really want to watch paint dry, come here. If you really want to, come here, Squirt. Watch paint dry. You know, start working with a a community coin project where it's got to be voted on, this, that, and the other thing, and everything gets put in slow motion. Come here. Let's say hello, everybody. Who you barking at? Did you find somebody that came? This is my buddy. This is Squirt. Right, Squirt? Yeah. Squirt's my buddy. He hangs out with me. And he's my guard dog. He's always checking to make sure that there's no mice in the building, right? You gonna get him? So Squirt's he's a good guard dog. If he hears anything or doesn't see anything that doesn't belong, he lets me know about it. All right. So back to Litecoin. I've never been a big fan of Litecoin. There's not Charlie. You know, it was figured that, you know, basically Charlie Lee's the only guy who was actually coding on it. Very few people have jumped in to help out Litecoin. It's basically a straight up copy of Bitcoin. Anything that gets put before it gets put on Bitcoin gets tested out on Litecoin, and then it gets moved over to Bitcoin. Is there money to be made with Litecoin? Sure. There are plenty of people that can make money with Litecoin. The price will go up and down just like anything else. But from my perspective, I've never been a big fan of it. Nor do I think I will ever purchase any. It's just, for me, I can't justify it. For you, you obviously did your research and you find value in it. And if you got it at a good price, you'll make some money on it. So hang in there. When the price goes up, you'll be able to sell it and do something with it. Get yourself some more Bitcoin or whatever you're going to do. I wish you much success with your Litecoin. Okay. The last part here is, do you feel the Litecoin project is healthy? And I hope I answer that. From my perspective, it's functional. It works. I'm not sure healthy and robust would be any adjectives I would use to describe it. But you may know something that I don't. All right. Let's see. ETN, the kindler, gentler coin, crypto cowboy. And we got Juan Sermeno. He likes Cosmos. Oh, jeez. All right. And he's hoping that it'll be worth more. All right. Crypto Cowboy, go ETN. Let's see here. Phoenix Rising's talking about what's the difference between SegWit BTC and the native SegWit BTC wallet. Ledger has both. Okay, so you either have SegWit on BTC or non-SegWit on BTC. The original addresses for Bitcoin did not have the SegWit upgrade. This was a software upgrade in the blockchain that transpired. I don't remember when. I don't have that off my top of my head. But it upgraded, and you can tell if you have an address that starts with and I think it's an 01. That's an original address. If it starts with 03, it's a SegWit address, and it allows for I'm going to leave it at that because my clarity on the upgrades for SegWit I can't pull out of the top of my head at the moment, being how late it is here. So I'll leave it at that. But that's the basic functionality for SegWit. And the address difference and how you can tell if it's a SegWit or non-SegWit. Now, Bitcoin, the biggest thing about Bitcoin is it's always backwards compatible. At least it has been so far. So that's the reason why you can still use original addresses and pull them in to Ledger, and you can still set up original addresses, or you can go with the SegWit address. The concept between for SegWit was the big key was that it was supposed to keep transaction costs lower. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was like one of the big functionalities of SegWit, to help the price stay lower on the transaction. Obviously it's been successful, but during heavy times like in 2017, the latter part, obviously, transaction fees were as high as $30 and $50 at times. So, we'll have to see how well it does. Since then, the prices have been very, very low. A lot of people attribute it to the SegWit addressing upgrade. Let's see here. So either way, you can use either one. If I was setting up a new address, I would use the SegWit addressing scheme. Okay. Phoenix is saying Bitcoin is slow as molasses. I moved some Bitcoin today and forgot how slow the transactions are. Yes. The Bitcoin, unlike every other coin, what they designed, or the robustness that they designed, is that they wanted to make it bulletproof. The Satoshi cloud, whoever invented it, their biggest thing is we wanted this secure. And by it being slower, there's less soft forks that happen, orphans that happen in the chain, and that's the reason why you don't see programmability in Bitcoin like in Ether, because you can have a random code failure. Bitcoin just wanted to be able to be cash, just wanted to be money, the securest, most defensible. I mean, the thing's been around, what, 2008, 9, you're looking at what, 11 years, 12 years. You know, I don't believe it's ever been hacked, and I guarantee you everybody's tried. And the reason it's secure is because it's simple. There's no fluff. There's no extra code that could be taken advantage of. And that's the only reason why it's able to have such values, where people will feel confident to put such vast amounts of money into Bitcoin. Because it's like a tank. You know, it's your old 69 Dodge Dart V6. And those of you that are old, you'll know what I'm talking about. That freaking motor just ran. You put oil in it, some gasoline, and the thing just ran. It always started, it always ran, it always worked. And it was the tank, you know, and that's basically what Bitcoin is. So, yeah, it was designed to be slow. Let's see here. Daniel says, Dino, I love you, man, because of you, I invested in Electroneum. Don't blame me, no. Well, you know, it's good that you were able to, review information that you've found, whether it be written or on video, and you were able to, come to a conclusion of what you think is best for your investments. I believe in what Electroneum's doing, and because of that, I also believe that there'll be a benefit for me to hold these Electroneum coins, and I truly believe that, and that's the reason why I mine other coins and cash them in for Electroneum, and if I got an extra $10, make sure I pick some up and squirrel it away, and at some point in the years ahead, it's my belief that there'll be a benefit from it. But what's more important is if you believe that there's going to be a benefit for it. And if you take a look at take a look at what's going on, what they're doing, what's being presented, I think that Electroneum has a higher chance of probability than most other cryptocurrencies. Because we all know cryptocurrencies are high risk. They're high reward, but they're high risk. You don't get high reward without it being high risk. So there's a chance you could lose everything and not see a return. And that's why everybody always says don't spend more than you can afford to lose. So then now you have to take a look at, all right, if it's a high risk, which one is going to give me the lowest high risk? And from what I've seen and what I see being done, I think Electroneum fits that bill. Doesn't mean it's not still a high risk, but I think I have better odds. And I'm glad that you found that same conclusion. One, let's see here. One saying, to be honest, I will never sell. All money in, no money out. Yeah, that's how you know a coin has really succeeded, is when you don't have to sell. And, you know, I think one day in the future, it's possible that I won't ever have to sell my my crypto, especially my Electroneum. I just won't have to, because I'll be able to use it at a retailer. If I need to purchase something, I'll be able to purchase it with my Electroneum. If I need to pay a bill, I'll be able to do that. And I'll be able to trade it or send it to a loved one or a friend. And I won't have a need to sell it. So then that's how you know when a coin has made it completely. All right. Let's see here. One says, whatever you believe, I believe. As a fan, not financial advice. That's great. Yeah, no, it's what it is. All right, it looks like I got all the questions. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit. I'm gonna go make my cheeseburger. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys real soon, okay? Thanks. Don't forget, hit the like button. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. Ciao.